Hey, it's Kosmo. I'm working on replanting a couple of trees for visual barriers. We had a lot of rain this summer, so the weeds are very tall in this field, so it doesn't really look like right now we need any, but normally it's just a flat top to this hill, and so the deer don't want to hang out up here. Sometimes I plant Egyptian wheat, but going forward I don't always want to do that, so I wanted to make a permanent solution, which was cedars, and I planted cedars all the way down here to the east and all the way there to the south. You can see them running. The ones here on the corner are a little bit older. The others were planted the following year, but wherever you can see those weeds, there are cedars planted. When they grow up, it's going to be a permanent sanctuary in behind these trees, so that the deer will go through the trees, they'll relax, hang out in the food plot, and it'll make it a viable, good hunting location. I did it all for free, just dug them out of the pasture, so we're going to go grab a couple trees and we will show you how we do that, and then we're going to plant some and water them in right away. So we're going to grab a couple trees and we'll be back with you in a minute. Okay, I think I found a little candidate. You just come in here, chop away some of the grass, and that's something I would say as well. I sharpen my shovels razor sharp so that they dig easy. And it's kind of rocky right here, but I think I can get him. Simple as that, digging a tree. I do wear these rubber covered gloves so you don't get the cedar stuff all over you. So we're going to go stick this guy in the ground and show you how to plant him. All right, we've got our tree dug. This is where one had died. The guy that cut my hay drove over it. So having a sharp shovel, you can just shave this stuff out of the way. Get some of that debris and grass out of there. Just dig your hole, and when I turn the soil upside down like that, I chop it up with my shovel so that it's much more kind to the baby roots on the new tree. And these cedars are native to Kansas, so they don't need near the care that you think they might. Once again, these rubber gloves allow you to get down in the dirt. You don't get it under your fingernails or tear your fingernails. Pretty quick and easy. And I haul my water tank with me and the hose, and I water them in as I go. So if you do 8 or 10, you water them in. Then if for some reason you have to quit for the day, everything you planted is watered in. So, free cedars from the pasture, sharp shovel, rubber covered gloves. You'll have a lifetime visual barrier for you to hunt behind. Kosmo, Kosmo's Blackdog Outdoors. See you next time.
Here's a view from the stand on an exposed food plot. You can see the little row of cedars that I planted about 3 days before. It's just not really usable during daylight hours for the deer. So I planted Egyptian wheat, and then it grew up, and you see here it shaded the plot. The cedars are growing in that line of weeds. They'll grow up and shade the plot in coming years. Here's another row of cedars that in a few years are going to grow up and shade this food plot down there on the end. Here's a double row that I planted out in front of the house in 2003, And in 2016, I took another picture in the same spot. So in 13 years, through no effort at all, they grew up and added equity to my property. Here's the same line from the other end, out in front of the house. I have a line going to the south here so that no one can see into the property. Before I planted these cedars, you could see the house from the road, and now you can't see the house at all. So using the method for planting the cedars for the deer, I added equity to my home.